locked in the house, but I'm plotting things. I brought a gang to the party with me. 5 white boys, but they not in sync. Fuck what y'all think. Fuck everything that you say about me. My dogs like to play Madden and 2K, but one thing they don't do is play about me. My homeboy Tyler, he playing South Beach. He told me this summer he gon' fix my jumper. I told Boy Wonder that we might got a thumper. I've been trying to pop, now I'm on like Shumper. Now they on my bumper. Green room chock full of all my comforts. Hotel room like heaven on earth. Got angels in my bed with some all white covers. Ace Pro Nemo, Lucci and Kiso, Sloop Clay Tufo, and I got a few more I call my brothers. I got a lot of flows and they all like butter. Ooh, you know what that means. I came home nice, but I'm going back mean. I'm about to globe trot when they know a vaccine. Motherfuckers act lost, but they know exactly what's going on. Made a mill and I don't know what to blow it on. I tell a critic shut up like my show is on. Give a t-shirt to her, said throw it on. She want a mini high school classmates, I'm growing on. My peers ain't popping, they don't know what's going wrong. Y'all well dressed, but you ain't got soul and you just can't sew it on. I'm trying to tell y'all boys, I got a few songs I can sell y'all boys. I tried it back then, it was hell nah, boy.
I put the new 4Gs on the G. I trap into the bloody bottoms is underneath. Cause all my niggas got it out the streets. I keep 100 racks inside my jeans. I remember hitting them all with the whole team. Now nigga can't answer calls cause I'm balling. I was waking up getting racks in the morning. I was broke, now I'm rich, these niggas salty. All this designer on my body got me drip, drip. Hey, straight up out the objects, I'm a big crip. If I got up on a lean, I'ma sip, sip. I run the wrestle with my queen like London and Nip. But I got rich on all these niggas, I didn't forget back. I had to go through the struggle, I didn't forget that. I hopped inside of the Maybach and now I can sit back. These bitches know me now, cause I got them big racks. Cause I'm getting money now, I know you heard that. Young nigga on the corner, bitch, I had to serve back. Uncle fronted me some peas, had to get it.
Mic check, mic check, mic check, mic check. Welcome to NBA Nightcap. Got addition here. We got today is Tuesday, March 22nd. We got 4-game slate. There wasn't a show yesterday while I was drowning my sorrows. Couple of bad reads. I don't even remember. I can't even do the recap for yesterday, but I did post pics. That was actually 2 days ago. Yesterday, there was no video, but I did post pics. I had Hornets unit and a half. I really like the Hornets today. You know, I thought it was a good spot to fade Pels off a back-to-back on the road, especially off a pretty good performance. You know, you want to kind of back a team that likes to run it up and down the court. You know, likes to play with pace against a team that has their rest disadvantage. So. Those are kind of spots where I look for, you know. But you know, these Pelicans, man, prove me wrong once again. They're like they don't quit. They got a lot of fight in them. A lot of hungry guys on that team. Big Herb Jones fan too. So we took an L there. We also had the Wolves at +2. We pushed that. Yeah, man, it was really who's gonna win out, the Wolves offense or the Mavs defense? They have one of the best defense. Wolves have one of the best offense, and the defense outbeat the offense there, and possibly a bad read on that one. And we had the Nets. I like the Nets there. There's a net spot home with rest advantage against Utah. Can't trust Utah, man. So that was our only dub of the day. And then we also lost the Toronto pick. I was just kind of jumping on Toronto, riding the plus road dog wave, and they were just been crushing it. And up against Chicago, it's kind of prove it to me Chicago spot. So they proved it to me. They still look pretty good, and they actually go in playing back to back on today's slate against the Bucks. So let's move on. I had a losing day yesterday. Pretty tough weekend overall, but I think we'll have a good week here. So just comes with the game ups and downs. So let's get started. We got Golden State going into Orlando. Golden State's laying the 8 on the road. Definitely don't have a play on this game, but do have. I'm pretty sure I got a lean here. Yeah, I guess I lean the Magic. Like initially, I wanted it back to Warriors because they're probably gonna be pissed off, especially Draymond Green getting ejected, and this would be a get right spot against one of the bottom feeder teams in the Magic. But man, I don't know. I can't trust the Magic betting on or betting against them. They just screwed me over so many times this season. So if I were to play this, I would probably take the points. A couple of key stats here. Warriors are 2-6 straight up in their last 6 road games. So if we not only expect the Warriors to win here without Steph Curry, we expect them to win by a margin. Minus 8? Yeah, minus 8. I don't know if I could trust them like that on the road. Magic, they are 5-1 ATS last 6 against the Western Conference. So they do well against the West. So I can only look towards the Magic, only in lean. Curry, I believe, is out indefinitely, and I think everyone else is good to go. All right, that's my lean next game. And I'm gonna tell you straight up, this is my only play today. I almost pulled the trigger on another game later that we're gonna talk about, but I'm going back to the Knicks. I know I got burnt, man. We were on a 6-game max play winning streak, and I decided, to get cute and go with the Knicks. I still believe that was a good spot for the Knicks. The thing about betting this team, man, they're so emotional, right? Once Randall gets in his temper tantrums, your money is in trouble if you're back in the Knicks. So kind of saw that coming once he started getting frustrated. But listen, guys, the Hawks are coming in here laying on the road, going into Madison Square Garden, and then laying 1.5. The Knicks are 33-38 ATS coming into this game. 3-2 their last 5, 7-3 the last 10. They were doing pretty well ATS wise until recently. Losing to the Jazz, that was the max play. Trying to, it was more of a fade the Jazz spot, and also the Knicks are playing a lot better lately, so it was kind of the combination of that. We're definitely wrong there. I still like the spot. I think I would take it. I would continue to take that spot any time of the day. We just took the L there, and then they came. They beat Washington, but we got screwed on the back door, so we had them there as well. So we got burnt by the Knicks the last 2 games, backing them, and they had this big long ATS streak, and then you get the 2 non-ATS games, and so that kind of worries me because teams they tend to get streaky, and so once they start clustering ATS wins, you see those first 2 ATS losses, and you ask yourself, man, is this the start of a losing streak? But Atlanta is just a team I'm looking to fade. We backed the. Speaking of, we had them last. I think a couple of days ago too. They killed us as well, man. I can't trust this team. I thought it was good. It was a good look to take them at home, but instead, they don't seem to have any fight in them, man. Herter's hurt. Like he doesn't have a shot, and then everyone just they don't seem hungry at all. Atlanta's coming in here 29-42 ATS, terrible ATS record, 1-4 last 5, and they are 2-8 the last 10. Their away ATS record 10-24. That's got to be one of the worst in the league. They're coming off a loss to New Orleans. That was a pretty tight game. We had Atlanta for for a unit and a half there, and yeah, man, just got burnt twice already by the Pels, man. I guess stop fading them. But Atlanta comes on this road. They're 1-9 ATS. The last 10 on the road. I believe Collins is still out. Lou Will I believe, is out this game with personal reason. Bogdan, questionable. I think he's got like a hamstring issue. So this is the last game of the homestand for the Knicks. Off a loss is a strong bet on spot for me. You know, you take these spots in the long run. It's plus EV, plus expected value. So sometimes they lose, but you know, more times than not, this spot usually cashes. Knicks have owned the series this season, 3-0 ATS and straight up against the Hawks. So you know what that tells me? That playoff revenge still in the minds of the New York Knicks after being eliminated last season. I like the Knicks to continue that. I think they're going to sweep this season series. Hawks, they don't seem... This is a huge game for both. This is like play-in, playoff implications in this game. I think the Knicks are just hungrier. They'll be at home. The home crowd's going to be nuts. Atlanta Hawks is already bad on the road. So unless the Knicks implode, which sometimes, you know, they tend to do, you know, if Randall gets emotional, gets ejected, you know, sometimes it just throws the whole team off. But I still like them here. I'm actually going to take them for 1.5 units official play. Made that 1.5 units. Originally going for the 1 unit, but, you know, I talked myself into 1/2 unit play. So let's go move on to the next game. We got Chicago Bulls going on the road to Milwaukee. Milwaukee's laying -5.5 at home. Milwaukee for the season 33-38 ATS, 3-2 the last 5, and they are 7-3 the last 10. They've been actually been crushing it lately, ATS wise. They've been winning by margin. Chicago coming off a big win at home against Toronto. They won by 14. Kind of close first half, and then you could see the tired legs of the Toronto Raptors off the back-to-back. I actually had Toronto. That might have been, probably should have been a no bet for me, but I kind of wanted to ride the wave, and it seemed to be too late there. Not a great spot too off a back-to-back. But I don't really believe in the Bulls, really. I still don't. I think for me, this is going to be a pass, but I actually lean the Bucks here. Usually like to back teams when the star player's out. I didn't take them last game for some reason. There must have been a really good reason for me not to back them, because usually I think there is value taking the team that has its star player announced out. And that's Giannis. I think he's still out. I actually don't know, so don't quote me on that. I don't know the reason he sat out. It might have been rest, or he is actually hurt. Regardless, this is a pass for me. But definitely lean the Bucks. Going back home, losing, following the loss to the Wolves by 19. That's a big one. That's a bad loss there. So I expect them to bounce back at home. One thing that I'm hesitant that again kind of stopped me from laying it here with the Bucks is they're as bad at home ATS as the Bulls are on the road. Like, they got like the same ATS record as far as being at home. They are 14-22 ATS at home, and the Bulls are 14-20 ATS on the road. So it evens out there. And this is actually Milwaukee's first game home after a 4-game road trip. So that's usually a fade spot for me. It's usually stronger coming off a win, but sometimes teams following a loss on the road trip, the last game is a loss and coming home, they have some motivation to play. So I usually like to fade the team first game home. So all in all, it's a pass, but gun in my head, I do lean the Bucks. All right, let's go. Let's see. What's next? Okay, I think we got one more game. Okay, we got Los Angeles Clippers going to elevation in Denver against the Nuggets. Denver's laying 6.5 at home. And they come into this game 33-39 ATS. 2-3 the last 5, 4-6 the last 10. Clippers 35-37 ATS. 1-3-1 the last 5, 4-5-1 the last 10. As you guys remember my last couple videos, looking to fade the Clippers. And man, initially I was actually gonna make this an official play because if there was a spot to fade the Clippers, it would be here with Nuggets at home, off a loss, at home to Boston. This is like this. I would take. I wanted to take Denver here, no brainer. But there was a couple things that kind of stopped me. But let's give the reasons why I like Denver here. Clippers are 1-8 ATS with 2 to 3 days rest, and they're 5-12 ATS with the rest advantage. That doesn't really make sense, but it's kind of interesting. And the one thing that really got me not to put the bet on the Denver Nuggets is when I look at their head-to-head, they've played some close-ass games. They played already twice this season. Actually 3 times this season. The last game, Denver won by 130 to 128. The game prior, Clippers won 87-85. Denver, the game prior, Denver won that 103-100. So literally, all 3 games this series have been by 1 possession, right? And maybe Clippers were a little healthier back then, but hey, this Clipper squad, what they got on the floor right now, man, they fight. They don't give up. They got heart. So yeah, it's me to lay 6.5. That might be too many points, man. It's that head-to-head log this series. Like every game, all 3 games, by 1 possession, man. So I can't do it. But I lean Denver. If I were to force a play, I'd probably go with Denver because if they were off the loss. If they weren't off the loss, then it's probably a different story. But I would lean Denver off the loss here. And okay, that's all we got. All right, guys. So look for another video tomorrow. And I'm pretty sure we got a bigger slate. I'm trying to keep it tight. If you guys follow the Twitter, I didn't post any props or second halves. I'm just trying to focus on my officials. Especially, I don't like losing. So when I lose like more than a unit, 2 units, in one day, it gets to me. So I'm trying to tighten things up, be confident in my officials. So we'll do that. We're still up, overall by the season, over 50 units. And since like December, we're up like 70, 80 units still. So still doing pretty good. There'll be some bumps on the road, but the season's almost over, so I'm looking to finish strong. So today we got one official. We got the Knicks taking points at home plus 1.5. We got 1.5 units on that, and I'm probably not gonna add anything. If I do add something out of the 3 games, it's most likely the Bucks. But I don't know if I'm going to get there. I really like the Nuggets, but the more I talk about it, the more I just don't want to play that. So we'll be back tomorrow, guys. I don't have a set time yet, but it's usually around this time. I'll usually have if you guys have the notifications on, I'll usually set the schedule like 30 minutes or an hour before. So good luck, guys, if you're tailing. And yeah, hope you guys enjoy this. Don't forget to hit and like and subscribe and do all that. I'll see you guys tomorrow. Peace.